In today's video, I'm going to show you again what I got at Costco tonight. Last time I posted a similar video, it was really popular. Several of you said that you would like to see what I'm buying again. Today's video will show you what I got tonight. Make sure that you stick around until the end today because I'm going to bust a really popular myth when it comes to high protein, healthy foods. Make sure you don't miss that. I'm going to start with protein. The first type of meat that I have here is pork tenderloin. It's been a while since I've used it in cooking, but I'm going to make something fun. I just saw a recipe for stuffed pork tenderloin, stuffed with onions and apples. I really want to try this recipe. Now, pork tenderloin is a really good, relatively lean cut of pork. Pork otherwise tends to be pretty fatty, but this one is not. Let me tell you the nutrition facts here. Per 4 ounces, you get 130 calories, which is not a lot at all, and you get 23 grams of protein and only 4 grams of fat. So this is really good, relatively lean type of meat. If you care about high protein and want to keep the calories on the lower side, check it out. The next type of protein I have here is chicken breasts. Now, sometimes I buy chicken breasts, sometimes I buy chicken thighs. What is the difference? Chicken breast is, of course, leaner than the thighs are, and chicken breast is also lower in calories, but the thighs, because of the fat content, are just a little juicier, and the breast tends to be drier. Let me tell you what the macros are. 4 ounces gives you 110 calories, so it's low, and protein is 24 grams, and fat is only 1. When you compare it with the pork tenderloin, it is a little bit higher in protein, a little bit lower in calories, but honestly, it's not that big of a difference. And chicken breast, of course, is a really good food to keep in your freezer if you are a protein conscious person. All right, we're moving on to little fattier protein sources. Here I have organic ground beef. And now this is much higher in calories compared to that pork tenderloin and chicken breast. This one per 4 ounces has 240 calories. Almost twice as much, actually more than twice as much as the chicken breast. Protein is 21 grams and fat is 17 grams. So yes, while this is higher in fat, I do recommend eating red meat. It's very healthy, very, very nutritious, and it is good and it is normal to get some animal fats with your diet. I absolutely don't want people to eat just plain chicken breast or tilapia or things like that where you don't get almost any fat at all. It is good to include something like this in your diet as well. The next protein food, and I'm continuing with higher fat proteins, is bacon. Yes, well, bacon is more like fat than it is protein. I will tell you the macros for this one. 1 slice of this bacon is 70 calories, 5 grams of fat, and 5 grams of protein. So definitely this is a higher fat food, as you can see. I'm sure you've had bacon, so you know it has a lot more fat than many other cuts of meat, but it's good to have, sometimes nice to have. And just like I said before, you still need some fat also. Don't think that it has to be just plain fat-free everything. Absolutely not. Then here I have some Black Forest ham that I like to put on bread, and sometimes I also eat it just so that I know that I need a little snack, so I will take a few slices of this, or sometimes it's turkey too, and I make a little wrap with light cheese and maybe put some spinach in there, wrap it up and just eat it. This is really good high protein snack like that. The serving size is 2 ounces. You get 60 calories and 10 grams of protein. So 2 ounces and already you get 10 grams of protein. So if you are a person who's thinking, I don't know how to get these additional 10 or 20 missing grams of protein week after week that I'm missing that little bit, then something like this will be super helpful to keep in your fridge all the time. And the last meat product I have here are the sausages that I actually already showed you in my last video as well, but I didn't tell you the macros then. One link is 220 calories and 12 grams of protein. They are high in fat. They're actually very high in fat, 18 grams of fat. I actually rarely eat them, but they're more for my husband who really likes these. Of course, it's nice that they are 100% grass-fed beef, so that definitely makes them a better quality food. Okay, so here are all the meat products that I bought today. I'll show you what goes in the freezer. All of the chicken breast goes in the freezer right now. All of this ground beef also. I'm gonna leave one of these sausage things out. The rest goes in the freezer. And then what goes in the fridge? are these tenderloins. I'm going to cook them tomorrow, or at least one of them, if not both. And I'm also going to put 1/2 of this bacon in the freezer and leave the other one out. So as you see, this is a 2-pack. That's all for the meat. Let's see what other protein foods I have here. Next, I have eggs here. We eat a lot of eggs. We bought 2 of these. I think they are 24. Yes, in one, so we bought 48 eggs. It may seem like a lot, but between the 2 of us, we eat probably 4 a day. And usually we buy the brown organic ones, but they just didn't have them today. So this is the one that we buy when we can't get the organic ones. One egg typically has about 70 calories and approximately 7 grams of protein. And last protein food I have here is this Oikos 000 yogurt. 1 cup has 100 calories, or is it 90? Let me double check. It is 90 calories and 15 grams of protein. Lately, this is the first thing that I eat in the morning. I mix 1 of these yogurts with a scoop of protein powder. This is sort of like the first half of my breakfast. And then I typically do either a walk or a workout, and then I eat the second half. Of course, there's some carbohydrates in my breakfast too. I might add a little bit of fruit, such as grapes. Then I do my movement and come back for more food. Before we move on to the next part, which is the vegetables and all the fiber foods, I want to mention that these protein foods that I just showed you are not the only ones that I typically buy at Costco. There are also plenty of foods at Costco that require no cooking, and believe it or not, they are healthy and they are really high in protein. I have created a list of these foods for you. There are 12 foods that are ready and on the table in about 5 minutes. They're all high in protein. You can buy them all at Costco. And if you don't shop at Costco, you can buy very similar foods at most grocery stores. Make sure that you download this guide. It's completely free and the link is in the description. Okay, let's move on to these high fiber foods, aka fruits and vegetables. The first thing that I have here is butternut squash. I love squash. I love all types of pumpkin. This is of course really convenient because it's already cubed, so it saves you a lot of time. If Costco sold whole butternut squash, I would probably buy it there, but they don't. Yes, it is a little bit more expensive, but it also does save you a lot of time. This is a really nice dense source of carbohydrates. Lately I've been making more warm salads, for example with cauliflower and butternut squash and avocado. Also roasted some chickpeas. And of course, it's perfect also on its own as a simple side to whatever protein that you're cooking. Next thing here, crunchy munchies, organic snacking apples. I buy them quite often. This time I'm going to make this pork tenderloin, like I mentioned, stuffed with apples and onions. Well, this is a big bag, and I actually said that if they don't have anything smaller than 5 pounds, I'm not gonna buy it, but I still did buy it because I don't have to go to another grocery store again. Anyway, I'll find a way how to use 5 pounds of onions. Then here I have cauliflower, one of my favorite vegetables. Here I have some sweet mini peppers. You can simply make a little snack plate with, for example, these peppers, apples, some slices of cheese. You can make things like that. But I also like to roast them in the oven. These are already seedless mini sweet peppers, but they do get even sweeter after roasting them. And here finally I have some sauerkraut. I love kimchi and sauerkraut, these fermented foods. They are really gut friendly. And I really like that this sauerkraut here, it's raw organic sauerkraut. The ingredients are really nice. Organic green cabbage, sea salt, and organic garlic. So no silly, unnecessary stuff in here that you cannot pronounce and nobody needs in food. This is real food. Next up, grains. This bag is ridiculously big. This is a 50-pound bag of rice. And I think a lot of people don't buy this much because they're thinking, well, I'm never gonna eat it. Trust me, at one point you're going to eat it because it doesn't really go bad. This is 50 pounds and this is a real reason why I should lift weights. And I actually just wanted to see how long it lasts us, so I put a date here. It is December 14, 2025. I'm really curious to see how long it lasts us, but I'm sure it's probably at least 6 months. Okay, continuing with grains or grain products. I have two types of bread here. I have the Kirkland Signature Italian loaf. I slice it up and I leave out just a few pieces to eat tomorrow morning. The rest I'm gonna put in the freezer. The other type of bread I have here is this ciabatta artisan rolls. Really nice as well. All of these will go in the freezer too. And you only have to warm them up a little bit, like 1 minute in microwave. And then I typically put them in a toaster after that. And again, perfect freezer food. All right, and finally, we're gonna get to this other category, which isn't high protein or grain. It's just a mix of different things, and I have 3 foods here. The first one is the coconut water that I drink every single morning. High in potassium, really good to rebalance your minerals. If you make yourself adrenal cocktails, which are a helpful little drink to boost your adrenal health. You mix coconut water with orange juice, add a little bit of salt. So this could be something to try if you find like you're constantly tired. That could be one way of just giving yourself a little bit of energy. I mix this with iced tea in the morning. I do half a bottle of this coconut water and half a glass of iced tea. I mix them with my Chinese herbal drink and I have it every single morning. Now the next thing here, and in all fairness, I didn't buy it this evening. I bought it last time when I was there at Costco, but I wanted to show you because these are really good. These are peppermint truffles. And if you're a person who likes peppermint, especially now if you're watching this around Christmas time, which is when I'm recording this, pick up these. Really nice little sweet treat. You will get 3 pieces and 160 calories. Yes, this is not low-calorie food. This is not a high-protein food. It's none of that. It's just a sweet treat that is nice to have once in a while. And if you love the combination of peppermint and chocolate, this is for you. I love peppermint a lot. I recently discovered peppermint protein bars. I actually put a little bit of peppermint essential oil in my coffee in the morning because I love peppermint. If you do also, then check out these. Okay, here's the last thing that I bought, and there's something really important about this. Unsalted mixed nuts. You find all kinds of good things here, such as cashews, almonds, pistachios, pecans. Yeah, I think that's all. A lot of people have been told that nuts are a high protein food and a super healthy snack. Remember how before I showed you the nutrition facts for 4 ounces of chicken, which was 23 grams of protein and 110 calories. I showed you the pork tenderloin, which was 23 grams and 130 calories. I also showed you the higher fats content beef, the ground beef, which was 240 calories. Yes, higher in calories, but also 21 grams of protein. So those are high protein foods. I also showed you that Oikos yogurt that was 90 calories per cup and 15 grams of protein per cup. Now these nuts are 170 calories per 1 ounce. You want to see what 1 ounce looks like. I have it right here. This is 1 ounce of nuts. If you can't see inside of this bowl too well, let me show you here. Okay, so this is all. Oops. Now this is 1 ounce of nuts and you get 170 calories and 5 grams of protein. So is this really a high protein food? Of course it's not. You also get 15 grams of fat from this small handful. So now if somebody says that nuts are a really high protein food, then this is just not true. I think you saw it when I compared it with truly high protein foods. All that said, there's nothing wrong with eating nuts, but you just have to understand that if you eat a lot of it, if you eat more than that, you're actually going to get a lot of calories and just very little protein and a lot of fat. By the way, I started my fat loss journey in 2019, and before that I had gained a lot of weight, more than I would like. And I know one of the things was I ate so many nuts. I would go to my kitchen and come back with a handful and do my work and go back and come back with a handful and go like this 5 times. And I didn't know what's up. Like, why am I gaining weight? And of course, this wasn't the only thing. I also did many other things wrong. I didn't know about the importance of protein. I used to drink way too much wine. I used to eat way too many snacks. And this is what I learned through macro tracking in 2019, that high protein foods actually look like completely different. A lot of the foods that I showed you today are actually high protein. This is what really helped me. Again, I want to say nuts are totally fine. I enjoy eating them a lot. Actually, I'm going to make a really delicious holiday treat out of these nuts. But I'm not going to overeat them or tell myself that they are high protein, super healthy food, because they actually are not. One more time, the list of 12 foods that you can find at Costco or most other grocery stores too that are truly high in protein and don't require cooking. Make sure that you get that guide in my description. If you enjoyed today's video, please leave it a thumbs up, share it with your friends and family, and also subscribe to this channel. And also make sure to check out my next video too.